What is going on, my beautiful raspy riders? Today we're finally gonna do the full upgrade on the Caroma P1 scooter. It currently has a 500 watt motor, and we're gonna upgrade that to a Jin Si Chuang 60/72 volt 5000 watt motor. This is a direct drive hub motor, and it should sound really smooth and really quiet. The manufacturer that I'm working with were kind enough to send one with a tire on there. This is a CST tire, and the size is 14 by 2.125. So what's cool about this motor is that it can accept tubeless tires. So that's going to be really interesting to use this. There is no tube in here. It is completely tubeless. It's actually my first tubeless build, at least in the rear wheel. We're going to keep the front stock, so there is a tube in there. And paired with this bad boy is a new battery company that I'm working with. Let's see what we got in here. I already opened this box, but let's see the contents in here. This company is called Effivolt. 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 It's a nice solid battery. This is a 72 volt 24 amp hour pack. It is really nicely wrapped. Yeah, I love the black on this thing. Super smooth. And it's the perfect size too. This is what the box included. So when I got it, it came with this XT90 connector. It did not have the ring terminals on there. I had to put that on myself. It wasn't difficult though. I just slipped it on there and just clamped down, and now it's on there. I used some electrical tape to wrap around it. And over here, we got our... Oh, this is a beefy charger. It's metal. It charges the battery up to 84 volts, and it pushes out 5 amps. So if our battery is 24 amp hours, it should take about 5 hours to charge from 0 to full. I think this battery is going to be great for a budget build because it only costed $395. I think shipping was like around $150. So this is solid, and it pushes out 60 amps, and it peaks at 150. So it's going to go nicely with our FarDriver and our Jin Si Chuang motor. So let me go over the game plan with this build and what I am going to do to make this work. Alright, we're going to gut the inside of this first, take everything out, and we're going to try to fit the FarDriver inside the frame. This way, all this wiring won't be seen. And then, in order to mount the battery, I got this bag off of Amazon. It is a tank bag. I'm not sure what the brand is. I can't really read that. I'm not even going to try. But yeah, it's a hard shell bag, and it's got some like fake carbon fiber look to it. And in the front has a water bottle holder. I think it's going to look really nice on the scooter. It's going to look something like this. It kind of blends in with the scooter nicely. Black on black. And you guys might be wondering if that's going to go on the deck, then where are my feet going to go, right? So I'm also going to drill some holes right here. This is where the current controller and battery is being stored. I'm going to drill some holes, and I'm going to mount some foldable pegs on there. So when I'm not using it, I can tuck it in neatly, and when I am, I can bring it out. And of course, we also got to install our 5000 watt motor and transfer the rotor over. By the way, guys, if you're trying to take off this floorboard and you took out all the screws but you still can't get it out, I made this mistake before and I couldn't figure out why this thing wasn't coming off, right? You have to take the key that goes right here, you unlock it all the way, and then you can take this out. So that key is not just to turn on your battery. That key locks this into the frame. So you unplug the battery. Everything is good to go to take this battery out. You always want to make sure you unplug everything. You don't want to shock yourself. Man, look at this little pack compared to the other one we had. This is such a little baby. Hold on, I'm gonna go compare it. Look at this, guys. Look at the difference. Oh my lord. This one is longer and twice as thick. This pack is 7.8 amp hours and it's a 48 volt pack. And again, 72 volt pack over here and it's 24 amp hours. Gotta remove the quick disconnect. And these wires are from the throttle, voltmeter, and key switch ignition. The one that I have on my website. It's interesting that the kickstand actually goes through the axle. Sometimes these axles get kind of stuck in the dropout slots. So all you gotta do to take them out is just slightly hit it on each side. Bam. Now it's out. Oh, I forgot to cut out one of the zip ties. And here is our guy. It's a 140 millimeter rotor. We're actually gonna keep using the stock brakes and just see how it works out. If anything, I'll change them out later on. But right now, I just want to upgrade the electrical systems, like the motor, controller, and battery, the main parts. Before I go on, I just want to be mentally prepared to see if I have to file the dropouts. Hopefully it fits without filing. Oh, it fits without filing. Look at that. We're just going to need some spacers on the inside, which the motor comes with. The motor does come with some connectors and washers. That's going to be such an easy fit. Smooth. Like this thing was meant to be in there. But I did notice one issue that we're going to come across. And that is our kickstand. Remember when I said the kickstand goes through the axle? Look at this. I'm going to have to do some filing because it won't fit. Not a big deal. Filing is just another workout. It's good for my health. Hey guys, just doing a quick voiceover here to tell you not to use a stock rotor with the new motor. You'll need to use 180 millimeters or more because a stock rotor makes the caliper sit too close to the motor and it actually touches the motor. So yeah, don't use a stock rotor. I wonder how long this is going to take me. I should time it. We're getting close. Almost there. Alright, it's a bit ugly, but I think we got it. Yeah, buddy. And then the kickstand. And that took me 11 minutes and 30 seconds. There's definitely been some worse things I had to file. Now that we know our kickstand fits, let's place our motor in and see where we need spacers. We definitely need this. This is a torque washer. This will help keep your axles from spinning out in the dropouts. And we're going to have 2 on each side. Let's see if that's enough first. And then we'll add as we go. Got the motor in there. Right now we have a torque washer and a regular washer on the motor cable side. On the other side, we have 2 washers and a torque washer. So that's pretty much 3 spacers on the rotor side. We're going to leave it like that for now. It might change up when we align the caliper, when we get the hydraulic brakes. But for now, we're going to leave it. So let's pump air into this tubeless tire. My first tubeless tire. Hopefully it holds air. How many PSI do we need? Inflate to 35 to 45 PSI. We'll do 40, in between. Please hold air, please hold air. Just kidding. It still feels a little soft, so I'm gonna go 45. I don't hear anything leaking. I guess only time will tell. It's rotating pretty evenly. Man, this Jin Si Chuang motor, they always come with this orange wire or this orange sleeve. And I like it so much because for the most part, this build's gonna look stock, pretty stock at least. Like it won't stand out too much, but this little hint of orange, it's kind of a hint that, oh, this thing might be a little faster than you think. Because usually other builders and other people who modify bikes, when they see this orange cable, they know it's not stock. And I kind of like that. Only the people that modify bikes can tell. Okay, this is our FarDriver wire harness. And this is our hall sensors. And this is our motor's hall sensors right here. So all we gotta do is put on the connector they gave us and match it with the colors that come on the harness. I did change out this connector from when I first modified the Caroma. So the FarDriver harness will not come with this plug. You have to take the connector off and then put in a new connector. On the top 3 rows, we have red, white, and black. White is usually the temperature sensor. This motor doesn't have the color white, so we're going to skip it and we're going to go red, blank, and black. Green and blue. And that's pretty much it. Now it's color matching. Red, black. Let's double check it. Yellow, green and blue. Yellow, green and blue. Cool. So once we're ready to plug everything in together, it'll just look like this. The hall sensors are matching. Next step, I want to mount my battery bag. If we were doing things kind of more professional, I would drill holes through the bag, which I'm gonna do. So drill holes through the bag and use bolts with washers, right, to make this bag super secure on this deck right here. But since I'm not gonna be a professional, I'm thinking I can just use zip ties. I'm probably gonna poke some holes through the bag and then zip tie it to these existing holes right here. And then these 4 holes right here will be enough to screw down this deck onto the scooter. Man, we're about to do things the ghetto way, like we always do. The Long Beach way. Let me make a slit right here at the very edge. Will it reach? Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Nice, nice. Sweet, it's looking good. Like I said, if you want to be professional, you guys can use some like flathead bolts or something and some washers, and it'll stay on probably even better. But I'm just doing the easy way. Alright, I got both zip ties on, and it's on there. It's not going anywhere. Alright, next up, let's find a place for our FarDriver. Got some foam here. Might be a good idea to put it next to the FarDriver so it doesn't bounce around. I got foam on all the corners. The back has a super thin piece right here. And let's see if we do some vibrations. Nothing. Solid. Next up, let's drill some holes to mount our pegs. Okay. Do a little test fit. Works. Perfect. And they're on there. That is so dope. I wouldn't stand on them, but you can definitely rest your feet on it. Yeah, perfect. And they're still high enough so that when you're leaning, you won't scrape the ground. I'm gonna open up our FarDriver and start plugging things in. Or should I say screwing things down. This little hole right here, this used to be where the ignition was at. But I removed that and it created the perfect hole to feed our motor cable through. Perfect. So we're gonna screw our phase wires, which are these right here, green to green, blue to blue, yellow to yellow. Easy as that. We got the phase wires in there. Now for the battery terminals. That's just red to red and black to black. I'm gonna flip the FarDriver to that side. It's gonna give me some more leeway room and play with the wires. I don't know why I had it turned this way to begin with. So this is the deck with the battery bag. So I'm going to cut out a little rectangle box so that I could slip the discharge connector through. I made my cuts. Now I got to cut through the rubber grip. Sweet. Now my bag is exposed. I'm just gonna make another slit in the bag. And we got it right there. Bam. Now we just gotta plug in our harness to the FarDriver. Now these three wires here, this is to the throttle, this is for the voltmeter, and this is the key ignition. And I make this super easy for you guys. If you guys are interested, it's in my store. It's pretty much plug and play. I'll show you guys. Looking at the FarDriver harness always looks intimidating, but don't worry. There's a lot of wires in here that we don't use. Okay, here's our throttle. Our ignition. Right here, the single orange wire. Ah, damn, I forgot. I'm supposed to screw this in with the red positive for the battery. It just goes on top of the battery positive. That's pretty much everything. Let's put the cap back on. This is the cap to our FarDriver. Let's put the battery in there. I'm just gonna plug it in. I almost forgot, we gotta connect the Hall sensors. Where is the Hall sensor plug? Right here. Okay, now I think everything's connected. Okay, now I think I got everything plugged in. Let's see what our voltmeter says. Please turn on. 84 volts. When I first used this controller, I had set it to 48 volts. So I got to change the parameters for that. Rated voltage, we go to 72. We save. And then we go to protect. Low voltage protect. I'm going to set that to 60. Save. Turn simple mode, go to graph, and let's do our auto learn. First we got to make sure the brake caliper is not in the way. We just hold it. Damn, look how fast that's spinning. That's so much faster than before. Oh my gosh. That Jin Si Chuang motor. And the Effivolt battery. And the FarDriver. It's like a match made in heaven. Okay, and we're good. It says system okay right there, and we can go take it for a test right now. All right, guys, it is nighttime, and I have no jacket on, so I'm cold. And this video is pretty much about to come to an end, but I want to do a quick top speed run without tuning the controller. So this is without messing with any of the ratios and speed, and I just pretty much did the bare minimum to get going. In the next video, I'll do all that. But right now, I just want to do a quick little test run. So remember, our max speed without doing anything to the Caroma scooter was 20 miles per hour. Then, after we changed the FarDriver but kept the stock motor and stock battery, we got pretty much 30 miles per hour, if not really close to it. So, without tuning anything, let's see what we get. Sorry if you guys can't see anything. I don't even have a light right now. And just one brake. Okay, here we go. Smooth start. You can't even hear the motor. 20. Ooh, it's picking up. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. Oh, I only got one brake. Oh, gotta stop.